You're not getting it. It's not clocking to you. It's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business, is it?
What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be discussing things that you can do for dates here in Medellín, Colombia. Now, if you are anything like I was when I first got here, you don't know the city very well, and you do not know how to plan anything outside of going to dinner or going to the movies. So hopefully this video will give you some alternatives or more ideas. Now, if you like this content, please do me a favor. Go ahead and gently tap that like button, and as well, I am on my journey to 2,000 subscribers. So if you like the content or content like this, I post videos multiple times a week, so please subscribe to the channel. Now, with that being said, let's get into the list. So starting with number one, that is going to be a Día del Sol, or better known as a day pass. So there are tons of hotels and locations just outside of Medellín, about 45 minutes to an hour away, that do offer a day pass, which this allows you to be able to come and enjoy the facility without actually having to book a room at that specific hotel. Now, think of this as day in the sun, chilling by the pool type of vibe. So it is something that is definitely enjoyable. I've done it many times. And some do include food, some do not, so definitely keep that in mind. As I said, these can be a little bit far outside the city, so you do want to plan accordingly with transportation. And as well, as I said, you do have some that offer these day passes in Guatapé as well. All right, so number two on the list is going to be a mirador, or in English, as we would say it, would be a viewpoint. Viewpoints are something that is very popular here in Medellín. The locals love to go to these and essentially appreciate how beautiful the city of Medellín is, or how beautiful their city is. So it's something that I highly recommend that you do as well. Some of these miradors do have food and drinks, so it can turn into like a full evening, and some do not. So you definitely want to try to do your research in advance. But this is something that I highly recommend that you do here in Medellín as well. All right, so number three on the list, we have dance, bachata, and salsa. There are quite a few locations here to go out and dance bachata and salsa, but it definitely is something that you can do as a date. Now, even if you yourself do not know how to dance bachata or salsa, some of these places that I'm going to name do offer classes beforehand. So something that you can do is go take a class together and then dance bachata or salsa or both after the class. And it can be something that is fun to do together. Now, the names of some of these places are, you have Dance Free, which is in El Poblado. You have Nuevo Guardia, which is in Laureles. And then you have one that is called the Grand Social, which is a little bit past City del Rio. If you are quite familiar with the city, let's just say about 10 minutes away from El Poblado. All right, so next up on this list, we are going to have hike, or some type of physical activity. And yes, this may sound surprising, but this is actually a quite common date here, is going hiking or going to the gym. A lot of people may not think that, but going to work out together is actually a very, very common thing here. I've done it many a times as a date, so don't underestimate the gym dates. But if we're getting into hiking, one of the most popular places to hike here is called Tres Cruces, or it's called Tres Cruces. So this is something you can do together, go out, get some exercise, and has one of the most amazing views of the city of Medellín. This is another one of those miradors, I would say, but it is something that you would do during the day, which most miradors typically are done at night. But hiking is something that you can definitely do, or some type of physical activity as well. So very good idea for a date here. Next on the list, we have ATVs. ATVs is something extremely fun that you should definitely do here. This may not be a first date, but definitely something you should do at some point if you are here for a while in Medellín, Colombia as a date. Very fun. Now, they do have a lot of locations just outside of the Medellín area, thinking of Itagüí or Envigado, as well as Santa Elena, which is where I did mine. And there's others as well, but definitely something fun to do. Is something that will take up maybe a couple hours of your time, but very fun, also offering very beautiful scenery and views as well. All right, so next up on this list is going to be going to a pueblo. Now, this is something else that will be a little bit far outside of the city, so you will have to coordinate transportation, but I highly recommend if you can get to one of the pueblos like Santa Fe, Antioquia, or Santa Fe de Antioquia, or some of the other ones, definitely go check those out. Now, this is something you're going to have to coordinate transportation for, but nevertheless, it is something that can make a great kind of full day date. Now, what I do recommend is that, this is something that you may want to save for the weekend, not necessarily a weekday. But what you can do is if you do get an Uber to one of these, just offer to pay that Uber driver more and have them stay and wait for you and bring you back. I've done it before. I had a car here. Definitely worth it. All right, so we've made it finally to the last two on this list. But before I get into those really quickly, I want to say if you are planning on coming to not just Medellín, Colombia, but Colombia, and would like to book a consultation with me, my information is in the description below. Also, I will leave a pinned comment with that information as well. If you want to save your time from making a lot of the same mistakes I did when I first got here, I can help you with that. And as I said, I've been living here for 3 years in Medellín, Colombia, so I know a lot about the city and have a lot of valuable information that I can give you aside from just these videos, but something more tailored to whatever your needs may be as far as coming here. Now, with that being said, let's get into these last two. So the next one we have on this list is going to be the Ciclovia, another physical activity event, but something that a lot of people like to do here, a lot of the locals, and a lot of girls are okay with doing as well. My suggestion would be pair this with lunch, go in the morning, or brunch if you want to say brunch, and definitely go ahead and get your workout in, and then after go get something to eat. Great pairing of the two. And then the last one on this list is going to be a picnic. Now, this is not something that a lot of guys will think of to do, but yes, you can do picnics. You have Parque del Rio, which is an amazing, beautiful spot to go do a picnic. I wouldn't say you necessarily can order Rappi, but what you may want to do is go pick up food first and then take it there. Make sure you bring some type of blanket or sheet or something to put down on the grass. And then aside from that, there is a castle here as well. I can't remember the name of it. There's only one here. So if you Google castle in Medellín, this is also a great place to go do a picnic there as well. Now, at this castle, they have two things that you can pay for. You can pay just to enter in and enjoy the, around the outside part of the castle, or you can pay and do the tour and go inside and tour the castle. I don't recommend doing that so much, but the grounds itself where the castle is very beautiful. You can go and hang out there and do a picnic as well. So that's it for my list, you guys. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? Did I miss anything? Or if you've been here before and you have any suggestions that I missed, definitely drop those in the comments below for everybody else to know. So that's it for this video. Appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next one.